We have the May jobs report out this morning. Employment up by only 54,000. The unemployment rate rising 0.1% to 9.1%. Wall Street severely disappointed. Joining us from Washington is the Labor Secretary, Hilda Solis. Madam Secretary, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
First, let's hear your assessment of this data. Clearly, Wall Street's very unhappy. Many economists are saying this is a pretty bad report. How do you see it?
Well, I'm disappointed, but, we do hit some peaks and valleys, and we've known that for a while. The last few months, we've actually created more jobs, private sector jobs, 2.1 million in the last 15 months. But we still have to do more, and I've kept saying that every single month.
So
more jobs have to be added.
Are we in one of those valleys here, and how long do you see us staying in this valley?
I think we've hit a bump in the road, but like anything else, I do expect that we will do everything we can to bounce back, and making the key investments that the President did in terms of renewable energy and tax credits for businesses. All those things are going to help us, and keeping our eye on the ball, and the prize is job creation, and making sure that we can get projects done in infrastructure, but in transportation, communications, and healthcare. All those investments, I think, are paying off and will pay off. So I say we continue on the path, and that we hopefully get some resolution by members of the House so we can move forward and continue with the economic recovery that everybody talks about and everybody here in this administration is focused on.
Well, now people are wondering, are we in a double dip? Are we possibly going back into recession, certainly in terms of the employment picture, because not only were the data disappointing for May, but we also had a revision of the numbers for the prior 2 months, down by 39,000. So the gains that we had been seeing, not quite as good as we thought they'd be.
They aren't as bad, though, and 2.1 million private sector jobs is actually, I think, a good thing to remind us that we still have a lot more work to do. I'm not arguing with you that we shouldn't do more. We need to do more, and that's why it's important to continue with research and development, with tax credits for those businesses that appropriately can use that to help expand and build that confidence.
One of the big problems is on the local side of things. Local government keeps on slashing. We've, in fact, lost about 500,000 jobs on local government since September of 2008. The declines continued this past month. Not much Washington can do about that.
Well, I understand what's happening around the country. It's unfortunate because many of those jobs are being lost in education, particularly with teachers, and this is a time when we really do need to invest in good quality teachers. So I hope that once we do start to recoup at the local level, that those jobs will be put back, because if we're going to compete with China and India, we have to have a good, talented workforce, and they have to be trained by someone, and we need to have competent teachers available to do that.
To get serious jobs gains, you need confidence. Companies have to have a lot of confidence. Obviously, local government is not picking up the slack at all. They're only exacerbating the problem. So do you think that American business leaders have that confidence to seriously start hiring once again?
Well, I know that I've met several businesses that tell me that they're actually in a better situation than they were, say, a year ago or 2 years ago when this recession actually started. And they do want to hire up people. And one of the things I keep hearing also is investments here in the United States. Companies bringing back orders to come back here and to bring those jobs back. That's what's helpful. That's what's optimistic. And that's what's inspiring.
Let's talk a bit about manufacturing, because over the past few months, we actually did have some very nice improvements in manufacturing employment.
Yes.
Not this past month. Manufacturing employment was actually down by 5,000. So what's happening there?
The manufacturing base will come back, and it has slowly come back. Again, look at the job reports for the last 14, 15 months. That's what I have to look at. I don't just look at one particular month. I have to look at what's happened and what the pattern has been. And the pattern has not been as bad as most people would think. It has to be better, obviously. We have to create and add more jobs, and we will. We will.